All right, good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, February 28th, the last day of February. And as I like to do, I want to bring something a little spiritual today on Sundays. I like doing that. Today, scripture popped into my head. I want to talk about it. I want to talk maybe a little bit about the cultural reference of it too, if I can, without getting yet another thing taken down and removed from YouTube. But the verse is Genesis 1:27. And it says, "And God created man in his image. He created them both, male and female, in his image and likeness." And, as you ponder, and Shandy is sitting right here at my feet. She's been very, very connected with me today, and I like that. She's my girl. But nonetheless, when you think about that everybody, you've seen, you've ever known that they were created and crafted in the image and likeness of God. You can choose to or not to believe in that. I personally do. I think the majority of people would. But the thing that I believe that I want to focus on are one, that the fact that we were created in the image of likeness of God, and then he breathed his divine breath into us. And as you read the creation story, which admittedly seems far-fetched, but then again, so there was a lot of other things. But as you understand that we were knitted together and formed and created in his likeness, that he breathed his breath into us, and the human form, just not this human form, but if you look at the human form, like, God did a better job at creating humans out of dirt than like Michelangelo did creating David out of marble. And the other thing I want to think about is the distortion, the willful, purposeful distortion of manipulating the image and likeness of God. And we see that all throughout culture. Like the second part of that verse said, it created them both, man and woman, in his image. And scrolling through social media, you see news reports, this and this and this is now a issue of identity. I'll word it that way. It's an issue of identity. And I don't know what really that means. I'm just a really elementary kind of a basic guy. And, I think of the movie Kindergarten Cop, and I'll probably get removed from saying this. It's a quote, boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. I don't know. That's just how I was raised. That's how every single science book talking about this I've ever heard, or I've ever read, or I've ever learned from has said. And it is backed up and reinforced by not only the scripture, but, generally speaking, we have evidential proof in life. There are, I don't know if this is even the right word to use, but there's a small portion of people, I believe they're called hermaphrodites, that, either have both or no genitalia that designates a particular gender. But, those are very, very, very few and far between. But I just really want to take a moment and think about the fact that we were created in the image and the likeness of God. That of all the things that are in existence and all the things that we know in the natural realm and the supernatural realm, I'll word it that way, that we are the one thing that God made in his image and likeness. And there's such a struggle, there's such a fight right now against that, because if you can manipulate that, if you can destroy that, you can actually destroy the very fabric of the Almighty. You can not only dispute the efficacy and the authority of his word, but you can also just completely come against and deny his existence if you can manipulate his mirror image or his children. the fact that people have children generally means that there is a lasting imprint that, if it is replicated, will go on and on and on. We have ancestors, we have family history, so on and so forth. And that's the same thing. Anyway, I just want you to think about that. Take a moment, think about that. Why is there so much right now coming against that? Why is there so much in pervasive culture that if you're just a open-minded person, a fair and balanced person, and you step back and you look at it logically, things just don't make sense? And I want to be able to speak out. And it's not to speak against persons. It's not to speak against proclivities. It's just to speak logic. It's to speak, more importantly, truth. Not my truth or this person's truth, the truth. So I want to encourage you. You can find this, you can find our episodes, all my Flawed blogs on flawedinc.com. Please share. You can find this on Rumble, Flawed Inc. Please subscribe on Rumble at Flawed Inc. If you dig these, YouTube is censoring us, removing more and more of our videos, more and more of our content. And to me, that says that we're ticking the right people off. But it also says to me, and what I want to encourage you with, is that we need to get in the arena. Happy Sunday.